Assalamualaikum everyone. I hope that you all are doing great and having fun in learning English. Let's start with our today's session. Firstly, tell me, my voice is clear to you and how are you? My voice is clear to you and how are you? Great. How are you doing, Aksa? Yes, how are you doing? That's really great. Excellent. Okay. I'm good too. Well, the most important thing that we are going to discuss about today is how can you improve your English fluency, English pronunciation, and your conversation skills regarding English language. Along with it, how can you improve your confidence? This is the most important factor. When you have zero confidence, and when it comes to speaking English, when it comes to talking in English, what will happen? Mostly, your mind goes blank when it comes to speaking in English. This is the language which is spoken worldwide. This is the third most spoken language in the whole world. So it's really important for all of us to work on our speaking skills. First of all, I want to ask, what is the one major problem that you believe that if this one problem can be resolved, then your English speaking will become amazing one, will become upgraded? वो कौन सी एक प्रॉब्लम है जो आपको लगता है that you can resolve? If you can resolve this single problem, then you can become fluent in English. What do you believe? What is the biggest barrier in English for you? You can write in the chat box. Confidence. Okay. The one factor is confidence, fear of speaking. Okay, I got it. And all of you. Grammar. Okay. Okay. Vocabulary. Okay, mostly let's talk about the fear of speaking. Grammar, if you have grammatical issue, then in our first two sessions we have covered everything about grammar, all about tenses. हमने tenses cover किए, present, past, and future. And also, along with that, I provided you this worksheet, this one for revision. मैं आज फिर से ग्रुप में elaborated tenses की शीट और फर्स्ट टू लेक्चर्स शेयर कर दूंगी. जिसके फर्स्ट टू लेक्चर्स मिस हुए हैं वो फर्स्ट टू लेक्चर्स सुन सकता है. That student can simply go with the recorded sessions. Fine. And in case you have any question, you can ask. Let me clear one thing to all of you. If you want to speak English, then you can't do that by writing. You can't do that by thinking. You can only do that by actually speaking. Let the words come out of your mouth. Doesn't matter what the people will think about you. If you have fear to speak, no problem. Let yourself speak. What basically happens is you are surrounding yourself in your comfort zone and you don't let yourself to come out of your comfort zone. आप लोग अपने comfort zone में खुद को रखते हैं और यही सोचते रहते हैं कि मुझे बोलने का फियर है, मुझे बोलने का फियर है, मुझे बोलने का फियर है. और एक्चुअली बोलना, आप कभी भी डायरेक्टली बोलते नहीं है. एक बार आपकी इंसल्ट हुई, ओके, उसके बाद यू विल से ओके फाइन, नाउ आई विल नेवर स्पीक इंग्लिश इन फ्रंट ऑफ पीपल एंड आई विल स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग ओके, अब ये फियर मैं अपने माइंड में और अपने दिल में रखूंगा और हमेशा यही करता रहूंगा कि मुझे फियर है, फियर है, फियर है. यू हैव फियर टू स्पीक, सो इंडल्ज योरसेल्फ इनटू दैट काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटी जिसमें एक्चुअली आपको स्पीकिंग का स्पीकिंग करने का मौका मिले, राइट, इन विच यू एक्चुअली गेट अ चांस टू स्पीक. It's really important that you should speak. We have made a community group for all of you where you can talk, but I can see disappointedly only 4 to 5 people are hardly participating in that community group where they are actually elaborating that you have to speak. See, if I'll push you to speak English, you will do that for 1 day, 2 day, but what will happen later on? Suddenly you will not do that until or unless it will become clear in your mind कि आप English क्यों बोलना चाहते हैं, why it is important for you to speak English, right? Can you please tell me in the comment section why it is important for you to speak English? Give me a genuine answer. Don't say it is an important language that is spoken worldwide. Give me your answer. That why it is important for you to speak, to learn English. Yes. Think about it and write in the comment section. I want to see all of your responses. It's a modern language. Okay, okay. Need of an hour. Okay. Perfect, perfect. What else? In want to be translated, that's why it's a need for me. Okay, that's great. That's incredible. Okay. Well, it's really important for you to write it down. Please write it down on your notebooks. Write it down on your notebooks in 2 lines, in 2 to 3 lines, and elaborate it why it is important for you to learn English. Why it is important for you to learn English, okay? इसको अपनी notebooks पर 2 to 3 lines में अभी लिखें. If you don't have your notebook, grab it and write it down. And right after the class, आपने picture capture करनी है उन 3 lines की, and you have to send it in the community group. Okay? Write it down right now. When somebody is done writing, then drop a message of done in the chat box. अपनी नोटबुक्स पर लिखें 2 से 3 लाइंस में कि आपके लिए इंग्लिश सीखना क्यों जरूरी है. When you have done, let me know. जब आप अपनी नोटबुक्स पर लिख लें तो मुझे बताएं. Then I will tell you कि मैंने आपसे नोटबुक पर लिखने का क्यों बोला. Okay, great. Aksa has done it. All of you, all of you. Yes, remaining students. Okay, and I'm also done. Okay, that's great. Hurry up, class, hurry up. अपनी notebooks पर लिखें in 2 to 3 lines that why it is important for you to learn and speak English. Yes. Okay, okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward. So, why I told you to write it down, when you write down your goals, then they are more clear to you. They are more clear to you in your mind. जब आप अपने goals लिखते हैं, then these goals become more clear to you in your mind and it make more sense to you. So that's why I told you to write before joining this class. What you need to do is I will share with you your own customized quotation. You can take a print out of it and you can place it somewhere. Okay? What you need to do is, I'm repeating, right after the class, capture the picture of those 2 to 3 lines that you have written on your notebook, and I will transform it into a PDF flashcard and I will send it to you in the group. And what you need to do is take a print of that PDF, place it over somewhere, where on your desk or on your bed or somewhere where you can see it every time when you will join the class. Got it? You guys getting my point, all of you? So that, yes, it will be really amazing and incredible technique for you guys to boost up yourself and to motivate yourself to speak English. So that one more thing is try to speak as much as you can in the group. Let's start talking about some of the techniques that how to improve your English speaking. Really amazing techniques. Let's talk about that. The first thing, first point, speak English to practice and improve. It simply means that speak. For example, how can you do that? The first technique to speak English is selecting a topic. Try to select a random topic. That can be any topic. I have shared with you these flashcard activity also. What you can do is try to select any one activity from here, any one activity. For instance, okay, you have selected the page 2. There are a lot of questions in here. So try to answer these questions, okay? You got it? My voice is clear to all of you? My voice is clear? Okay, okay, great. Yes, so what is the first important thing if you want to speak English? Don't start it speaking randomly, obviously. Initially, it will be difficult for you to speak English spontaneously. So, what you can do is you can start doing speaking practice with the help of this worksheet that I've shared with you. There are a lot of topics in here. Every single day, there are 18 pages of this workbook. Select one page and start answering questions like, what time do you usually wake up? You can say, today I'm going to do speaking practice in this group with page 6. First question was, what time do you usually wake up? So I usually wake up around 9 a.m. or 5 a.m. Second question, what do you usually eat at breakfast? You can say, I usually eat toast and fried egg and coffee in my breakfast. How do you get to work, school, or work? You can say, um, I take a bus or I have my own transport to travel. Simply like that. So जब आप इन क्वेश्चंस के आंसर करेंगे डेली बेसिस पर थोड़ा थोड़ा टाइम स्पेंड करेंगे अपनी स्पीकिंग प्रैक्टिस पर इससे क्या होगा आपकी स्पीकिंग इंप्रूव होगी दिस इज द पॉइंट नंबर 1 if you want to speak English you have to speak it obviously you have to speak it okay one major problem is if you have fear to speak English how can you reduce that try to start saying small words. You remember in the first and second sessions we have learned a lot of words like rambunctious, rowdy, deafening, frequently, regularly, excruciating, and tender. These words we have learned as a vocabulary word, if you remember. How many of you utilize those vocabulary words? Tell me. How many of you utilize those vocabulary words? आप में से कितने लोगों ने वो vocabulary words अपनी daily routine में utilize किए हैं? Tell me honestly. I'm trying. See, there is nothing like trying. There is nothing like trying. You have to. Just think in your mind. We all are trying since our childhood to speak English. What matters is now it's your turn to actually do it. Right? अभी आपने actually trying का option हटाकर just you have no other option. Think in your mind, I have no other option. What I need to do is I just need to think in English. I just need to speak English practically. Right? For example, we have learned a word excruciating, right? So आप अपनी उर्दू कन्वर्सेशन में उस एक वर्ड को ऐड अप करके यूज करें या छोटा सा सेंटेंस बनाएं ओ दिस इज excruciating oh this situation is truly excruciating so like that छोटे छोटे sentences से try करें right क्योंकि जब आप छोटा sentence बनाएंगे don't try to directly make lengthy sentences complicated sentences try by making short sentences small sentences for example, it's deafening. The background is deafening rather than making a very complicated sentence. And when you will make short sentence, small sentence, tiny sentence, it will help you to utilize your vocabulary word and understand your vocabulary word in a better way. And when you will start it becoming used to by making those short sentences, फिर क्या होगा आप अपनी daily conversation में फिर extend करते जाएंगे. Perfect. Now I am reading this paragraph. Listen this paragraph carefully, scrupulously, meticulously. This is our new word for today. Listen this paragraph meticulously, scrupulously. Scrupulous. Note it down as a vocabulary word, all of you. Scrupulous. Scrupulous means something which is really careful. Okay, scrupulous. Scrupulous means meticulously. Second word, meticulous. Scrupulous and meticulous both have same meaning, which means careful. Fine. Have you noted down the word? All of you, write yes in the chat box if you all noted down the word scrupulous. When you will done noting down the word scrupulous and meticulous, let me know. Hurry up, hurry up. जल्दी से मुझे बताएं कि आपने ये वर्ड नोट डाउन कर लिए, दोनों वर्ड नोट डाउन कर लिए, scrupulous and meticulous. Class, tell me. Zainab, Nadeem, Fizza, Asfia, Arsalan, and Anam and Aksa. All of you noted down the word? Perfect. Okay, let's move forward. I'm reading the paragraph. Listen it scrupulously, meticulously. I'm starting reading. Speaking a language is a skill, like driving a car, playing a musical instrument, or learning to swim. To be a good driver, you need to practice driving. You can read a book about car mechanics, you can study the rules of the road, but nothing is as good for your driving as spending time behind the wheel of a car actually driving. It's the same with speaking English. No matter how much you study grammar, vocabulary, if you don't practice spoken communication, it's very difficult to get good at it. So maybe you talk to yourself in English as you go about your day, or maybe you look for opportunities to chat in English with people you meet. But however you do it, the most powerful way to improve your English speaking is to use them. So I hope you got this point, and I told you so many methods that how can you practice English. Start with small conversation, start making short sentences, and start making short sentences in the group or actually at your workplace with your friends, with your colleague. This will give you motivation to start, to initiate. Next one, find people to talk. Best method to practice English is find people to talk. In our community group, we have almost 35 people. We have almost 35 participants, right? So why not you guys practice over there? There's a really good thing. I can interact with you in that group. You can ask me questions in that group in English to practice, right? To do that practice. This is a really amazing platform for all of you to practice. Let's see what else they have written in here. I want someone to read this paragraph for me. Yes. So, Anam, would you like to unmute yourself, Anam, and read these three paragraphs for me?
Yes, ma'am. Find people to talk. Okay, so you want to practice, but who can you speak English with? Do you know anybody in your network who speaks English? Maybe you have friends or colleagues at work that you can speak English with. If not, look for meetups, social events for people interested in practicing languages. Or what about a language exchange? You find someone who is learning your language, and in exchange, they speak to you in English. A language exchange app can also be a great way to find a conversation partners. Remember to stay safe when connecting with new people in person or online.
Okay, would you like to tell me, Anam, आपको इन 3 paragraphs में what have you understood? Okay, Anam muted herself. Aksa, would you like to unmute yourself and try to elaborate, try to describe in these 3 paragraphs what you have understood? Yes, Aksa, you can unmute yourself and try to describe that what you have understood in the first 3 paragraphs. Or anybody else, you can raise your hands. Come on. Yes, you can raise your hands. Amna, would you like to describe, Amna? Would you like to describe what you have understood in the first 3 paragraphs? Yes, Fiza, you can do that. You can unmute yourself, Fiza.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Practice your English with someone. If not, matlab, if anyone is not available, so any application where you can talk with someone and exchange, someone learn your language to you and you can learn to them.
Okay, great. Good description. Fine. Anybody else want to describe? Anybody else? Come on, class, come on. देखिए अगर आप speaking practice नहीं करेंगे and only I'll deliver the lecture and you will not be able to participate in speaking, then this session is useless. So come on, who want to be next one? Come on. I want explanation from one more student. Asfia, would you like to unmute yourself, Asfia, and try to describe? Come on.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम
Walaikum assalam.
जी इस पैराग्राफ में हमें कहा गया है कि अगर आप प्रैक्टिस
In
प्रैक्टिस
English,
करना
in
चाहते
English,
हैं
in English.
ओके ओके so if you want to practice with someone, so what are the method and what are the ways to get into? So there are many ways to connect with people in public place, in parties, in different workplace and colleges, etc. These are the medium to speak in English, like all these things. There are different methods.
Okay, great. In simple words, what can you do is there are a lot of different AI translators. There are different AI applications in your on your cell phone. You can download those applications, and in your laptops you can download those applications to practice English. आप English को practice करने के लिए different applications download कर सकते हैं. AI के साथ AI tools use करके आप English की practice कर सकते हैं. For example, if it is difficult for you to practice with your colleague or with your friends. So you can do that. Firstly, you can chat, you can talk in the group, right? In your group, in your chatting group, texting group. Second one, you can practice with the help of some apps, right? हम बहुत सी चीजें गूगल पर सर्च करते हैं, right? But जब educational stuff की बारी आती है, what we basically do, we totally depend on the instructor, we totally depend on the other person. कि वो हमें app का name बताएंगे, that person will let us know about the app name, which kind of app, then we will download that app, right? So make sure, try to search some of the apps by yourself also. It's really important, right? So it's really important that you should install some of the apps. I will also suggest you some of the apps in the group, but what you need to do is you need to also search on Google and on Play Store, on App Store, some of the apps through which you can practice English, and you can share it in the group also so that other students can do that. Next step, record yourself speaking. There are 2 options in here. There are video recording option and there are audio recording option. What I would suggest you try करें कि video recording करें. For example, जितने भी questions यहाँ पर लिखे हैं, right? You can practice these questions. You can answer these questions by video recording yourself. Video recording का क्या फायदा होगा? Firstly, you can analyze your expressions, you can observe your expressions. आप अपनी body language को observe कर सकते हैं, अपने expressions को observe कर सकते हैं. If you will do that, right? And secondly, जब आप video recording करेंगे, आप अपनी फर्स्ट वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग को और अपनी 5th डे की वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग को खुद से कंपेयर कर सकते हैं. यू कैन कंपेयर योर डे 1 and day 5 वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग टू चेक एंड एनालाइज दैट are you improving or not, or you can send it to me also personally that can you please check, or can you please tell me that my body language is fine, or what how can I uh, improve my body language, how can I make my body language the confident one while video recording, right? So it's really important that you video record yourself. But if you don't want to video record yourself, you can go with the audio recording, right? You can answer these questions, you can again select any topic and you can start talking about that topic for 1 to 2 minutes straight. It will help you a lot to figure out your pronunciation, your enunciation, or you can send it to me that, ma'am, I pronounced these 3 words. Can you please check the pronunciation of these words? If any pronunciation is wrong, can you please correct it? Like that. If you want to learn, there are a lot of different ways to practice English speaking. What you need to do is implement those ways. Next one, work on your listening skills. Let me tell you why listening is important. For example, if you are sitting in a bad company, in bad friends, who used to abuse other people, what will happen? Ultimately, unconsciously, you started adopting that lifestyle. You started adopting their words because you are keep listening the same stuff again and again. For example, if you are associated with that kind of people who speak very loudly, what will happen after spending 7 days with such kind of people? You will also started speaking loudly. What will happen if your friend circle is really humble, really kind? You will ultimately started adopting. So it's really important that whatever you are listening, please listen it in English. Today I will share with you some of the channel names so that from now on, if you are serious to improve your English, if you are pretty much serious to improve your English accent, your English speaking, quit listening any other language, quit watching dramas in your native language, quit watching anything. Just stick to this language. Listen to this language as much as you can. It's really important to listen this language. क्योंकि जितना ज्यादा आप इस लैंग्वेज को सुनेंगे उतना ज्यादा आपकी स्पीकिंग में इम्प्रूवमेंट आएगी. You getting me? This is really important. So these are the major points that we have been discussed. I'm revising these points. आज हम सिर्फ इन्हीं points के बारे में बात करेंगे. What was the first one? Speak English to practice and improve. कैसे आप कर सकते हैं ये? Firstly, start with short sentences. Start doing practice in the group, right? And start talking short words, small words in English. But it's really important to practically speak it. Second one, find people to talk to. You can go with some AI applications, or you can practice in the group. Third one, record yourself. You can do audio recording, you can do video recording. Video recording is much more beneficial because in this way you can monitor your body language also. Last one, work on your listening skills. This matters a lot, that you should work on your listening skills, because when you will keep, initially it will be difficult for you to understand the accent, but gradually it will become easier for you. Gradually you will become you will become used to that listening, that native listening, and then gradually it will become easier for you to get the accent, and you will unconsciously started speaking that. Perfect. And it's my own experience also. When you keep listening to one specific accent, then it's easier for you to speak. Getting me? That's it for today's session. Today we have talked about 4 things. Excellent. Today we have discussed about 4 things. I want you all to practice these things as much as you can. मैं आपके साथ ये blog post भी share कर दूंगी. I will share with you the blog post also. Please make sure from now on, try to be active in the group and try to speak English. Okay, try to select different topics, because again, if it's not a one-sided process, speaking English is a two-sided process. If I'll only deliver the lecture and you guys are just listening, it will not gonna help you. You also have to participate. You also have to counter question me. Perfect. Also, we have learned two new words today, scrupulous and meticulous. We are going slowly. I'm not burdenizing you. I'm not overloading you with the task so that you feel frustrated and just left. Just we'll go gradually, and then when I will see the improvements after 5 days in your personalities, then we will start it getting more and more. Any question that you want to ask about today's session? Yes, any question that you want to ask about today's session? Any question? All clear? Is it possible to make groups for speaking? Group is already made for the speaking practice. Speaking practice के लिए already आपका एक group बनाया गया है. Okay. Okay, great. Then all of you take great care of yourself then. Allah Hafiz. Have a good day.